Everybody, this is David B69, and welcome to MLB 25, the show. We are going to just jump right into it. We wanted to look at rosters today. I was pretty happy with what I was seeing in rosters online, so we are actually going to start our franchise right away. So I'm going to hit start new. Let's see. Um, I mean, we have a saved roster. No, we have no saved roster. Um, Start new. Current rosters. Of course, we're going to be the Phillies. We are playing in simulation mode. GM contracts are on. Fantasy draft is off. I mean, fantasy draft would actually be kind of fascinating. Allow non-active free agents. That's an interesting one because I think that's for legends and such, which is kind of cool. But I'm not going to allow that. Um, I don't want to manage a roster of a CPU team. I think that's kind of like towing the line there. CPU trading is on. Of course, they can trade with each other. Ignore budgets. I mean, we need to keep a budget. I mean, it's like that's the whole point of franchise. Forcing a trade? No, we're not going to force trades. Designated hitter, of course, is on. Extra inning runner is on. I'm happy with those choices. Um, we want to have all of this stuff as managed by me. I do not want the CPU to handle any of that. So we're going to get in depth and we're going to be good. Set custom game entry conditions. We're going to skip and set up later because I really don't want to enter mid game. I want to play the entire thing. So, and where I want to start is I want to start at the regular season. I have no interest in playing spring training games at this stage. So, we're going to be starting the season against the Washington Nationals. But before we do that, we wanted to look at rosters. We wanted to look at everybody's rosters just to see who we are going to be facing up against. First off, we're going to go at starting pitchers. Our starting pitchers are going to be awesome. We got Zach Wheeler, Nola, Suarez, Sanchez, and Luzardo. Um, I mean, Luzardo is only a 75 overall. I think that was kind of low. When I look at that, I always felt that was kind of low. We're also going to look at how we're having all of the guys standing right now and everything. It's like Tyler Phillips, 67 overall. Do I really want him as a on the major league roster? I don't know. Relief pitchers, of course, we have Strom as our number one guy. Fortunately, he's hurt. Um, got Kirkland, Alvarado, Tanner Banks, Joe Ross, and like I said, these guys are in like 68. I thought they'd be a little bit better than what they are listed as. So um, we got Jose Ruiz. He's on waivers. How's I guess I don't know why. I don't even know. Closing pitchers. We got Romano. Only a 73 overall. Again, thought he was a little bit better than that. We got Real Muto and Machan as our catchers. We sent Stubbs to the minor leagues. This is default, by the way. Marchand was out of options. Um, And I guess it just defaulted Stubbs to go to the minors, which I'm cool with. It makes more sense to me this year. Harper at first. We got Stott and Sosa and Clemens. So they're second base. So they're predicting that Clemens will make the team. I don't know. Because Christian Herrera is like really good too. Um, but this is like kind of like one of those things you just don't know. Part of me wants to say Herrera would make the team, but I don't know. But I think that would make Clemens. I think he's out of options as well. I don't know if that actually displays anywhere with what their options. Okay, there it is. 2 to 3. Two of his three minor league options have been used. So they do have it listed. It's like kind of one of those things you have to know. And Christian Navarro, his, yeah, same thing, 2 of 3. So, okay. Third baseman, we got Baum and Weston Wilson. So I'm okay with Weston Wilson being in the majors right now. Shortstop, we got Turner. Aiden Miller is going to be our future guy. Castro is right up there. Look at this. Kyle Schwarber is a 79 overall at this moment. And Max Kepler was one of our big free agents guys. He's a 73 overall. I don't really understand how he's only a 73. I guess because of his durability. Because he has a decent arm, good fielding. And he's always had pretty good pop at the bat. He's had 24 home runs, 19 home runs. He had 36 there, 20. I mean, he's consistently had power. So we shall see how it happens. I mean, I don't know. But Max Kepler is going to really be our main starting left fielder. Same thing with center field. We're going to have Marsh probably play the majority of center field. Rojas will play sometimes, I guess. Might just have it platooning. Castellanos will be our right fielder. And yeah, so that's that. Washington, we're just going to quickly look at some of these things. It's basically, you just see by the amount of talent and what's their best on their team is their top is at 79 overall. The Cubs are kind of like have a decent team. I mean, it's a good team. Cincinnati. It's an interesting one. I mean, if he was an undercover athlete, I don't know if he would have been ranked this high. Trash, Yelich. Reese Hoskins is a 79 overall. I think he's his last year of his contract. No, he has another year following, so it's interesting. Paul Paul Skeens at 93 overall. St. Louis. They're a little bit deeper than I thought. Anything that shows, look, I love the awards section of a player's thing. If they have a history, it's just really cool to see. Wow. And here's the stacked Dodgers team. We've got Shohei. We have him listed as a two-way player now this year. He is supposed to be able to pitch at some point this year. Word is they're stepping back on that. I don't know. But as far as I know, they're going forward with it this year. But it's like you got three players that can play starting pitcher and they're over 90. It's going to be hard to beat. You got Yamamoto at an 88, Sasaki as an 88, and Sasaki's never even played in the majors, and he's in the show. I mean, it's like they actually like have him listed. Normally, look at this. He has not played an inning of Major League Ball. It used to be that they never have these players in the game. I assumed that he was not going to be in the game. And yet, here he is. So, kudos to MLB The Show, the San Diego studios for getting that done. Because people would be mad if he wasn't in the game. And you'd have to download him and figure out. I'm sure there's a couple players that are not in here. Generally happens every year. But generally there's always some kind of excuse where, well, he hasn't played Major League experience or done any of that yet. Well, they have all the minor league players in the game. Just makes no sense to not have them in. So that is what it is. Okay. Yuki Matsui. I've never heard of this guy. Okay, he played last year. Mind wait, relief pitcher. Okay, just didn't even wasn't familiar with the name. Verlander, 42 years old, is 79 overall. That's like impressive at his age. Orioles, Red Sox. And they got Bregman listed as a second base. They got Rep Devers at third. So that's how they plan on using him. I don't think we have any injuries set to be on, so I think it's all defaulted as everybody being healthy. Um, Okay. Yeah, he was in San Diego. I thought I recognized him. I just wasn't 100% with him. Vladimir Guerrero. That's always a big question. Where he's going to be. So it's always interesting. Yeah, Max Scherzer's a 79 in this game. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So Toronto can win a lot of games. So we'll have to see what happens this year. This is a dreaded team. Saying that Washington, how bad they were. Um, Chicago is the White Sox are horrible. Cleveland Guardians. They are definitely a good team. Tigers. I mean, they have some good players. Kansas City. The Twins. What is his stats last year? I don't even know. Played half the season, hit 310. So, not too bad for him and everything with injuries and other things that he's had wrong with him. That's why he stunk in 23 is because of injuries. And basically was a part-time player last year pretty much because he was injured so much. So stay healthy. He's basically would do some damage. Houston. The Angels. Yeah, I got Trout as a right fielder now. This guy playing in Major Leagues? Yeah, yeah, it's Toronto, Seattle. Okay, interesting. Wasn't a name that I was familiar with, which is nothing wrong with it. I just didn't recognize the name. Can it be expected to know everybody's name? Now, the A's are an interesting club where they got actually some players that actually can do some damage. Um, they do have their stadium set correctly. They have like a what pretty much looks like a minor league park, which it is. What they're playing in Sacramento, but basically they're the A's. I mean, they're athletics and stuff. They're not. There's nothing more to them than that. Um, at Seattle. One thing about the A's, they're going to be the weather difference of what it's going to be from Oakland to Sacramento is a different beast. Um, Oakland and San Francisco are famous for cold winds. Um, they're not going to have that in Sacramento. It's not as bad. So just the different weather is going to have an effect on how games are played. That could be interesting. Texas, can DeGrom stay healthy? I'm so glad Jake Berger isn't with the Marlins anymore. Always gave me trouble. Okay, we got the Braves, got Sale, Acuna, Strider, Harris, all troublemakers. Again, it's their biggest problem is themselves with injury. So we shall see. Marlins, I'm not exactly worried about the Marlins. Um, they have some talent, but they're not that great. Um, Now the Mets team, I don't know about you, but I do not believe in this Mets team. Um, I want to look at the stats here. Yeah, you can see here the fielding. They actually have it right, so I'm actually quite pleased with this. His fielding is a 64, which means he takes bad routes to balls. He doesn't always make the good catches. Um, he has an okay arm, but his fielding is just not that great. Now, his hitting, tremendous. He's very dangerous. More than likely, pitching around him for the most part in every game. Doesn't have great speed though. Not a threat to steal. Um, yeah, not exactly the best base runner in the world. But his hitting is dangerous. His fielding is lacking. I just don't see why you would pay him this much money. Which is, by the way, one of the things I'm not exactly a huge fan of. The contracts that they have set are not exactly it's not perfect. They do not have this stuff set perfectly, so I'm not exactly happy. Um, so, um, Lindor, he should be on his backswing of his career for basically playing good defense and stuff. He has a 98 fielding right now. I think that should be declining, though. I really do. I don't, I don't think he has as much great fielding. Pete Alonso, man, 56 fielding and only a 32 arm. Man, that's nasty. But again, the hitting is what this Mets team's about. They're not going to win awards defensively. I mean, besides Lindor, they don't have much defensive wise to speak of. So that should be interesting. But yeah, that's going to be our to how we're going to play and what's going to happen. Um, you can see we got Washington coming up. We're going to be playing a lot of games against Washington. We've got Colorado, and then we face off against the Dodgers before we face off again. Go on a road trip and face Atlanta and St. Louis. So we're going to get into this like very short soon. I'm probably going to play play a game today. You can see our budget, man. Our projected revenue is 329 million. Our payroll is 302 million. And we have a budget. We have an available budget of 20 million. Um, so that's kind of nasty. Now, what's going to be happening is we got Real Muto could be becoming a free agent. We got Schwarber that could be becoming a free agent. I mean, they're the two big guys. They're looking at free agency. And I'd have to do something to do an extension or something. I don't know. Long term, how long do we want to keep Real Muto? Do we want to keep him like an additional year or so? Do I want to trade Schwarber and unload that contract? These are questions that we need to answer. I mean, and then we got Suarez, who's gone. If he goes to free agency, he is going to make a fortune because he is like a top line pitcher. And top line pitchers, I mean, you could see it's like, I mean, I'm hoping somebody can take Walker off our hands because, man, that contract is killing us. But you can see here they have the contracts accurate here. And I'm curious if I'll be able to backload and stuff a contract thing, because like everything I saw online when I was looking at contract signings, I didn't see that ability anywhere. So that's kind of a little worrisome. I mean, they seem to have these things right. Let's see, who do we have? Yeah. Nice to have Rob Thompson's name as a contract. They got Watson. That's pretty cool. They don't have the hitting coach name right, but you know, the fact that they have Dusty Watson and they have Rob Thompson, it's pretty cool. Yeah, they don't. Like I said, nobody's injured. So yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have. Yeah, I gotta set up sponsorships and all this stuff. You definitely need money for that. That always helps. So that's something we'll have to do. So we're gonna save our franchise. No. Okay. That's the Phillies. Now, before I go and sign off for the end of the day, I was going to bring up March to October. Not to play March to October, but they generally have a video going over the team, and I wanted to play that just to basically say, hey, it would be really cool to see the video. So as the ending of this, what we're going to do is just play this video intro for our Philadelphia Phillies for this year.
It's a glass half full kind of year in the National League East, as every team tries to build on a silver lining from 2024. The Phillies had a frustratingly short postseason stay, but they did manage to end Atlanta's 6-year run atop the division standings. The challenge this year is to maintain excellence from April through October. The Braves were beset by a never-ending barrage of injuries, but still snuck into the postseason for a 7th straight year. They'll be anxious to prove they are still the team to beat in the East. It looked like the road was coming to an end for the Mets in early June, but they were one of baseball's best teams from there, making a spirited run to the NLCS. Can they build on that momentum and push past the Phils and Braves in 2025?
We welcome Juan Soto and his family to the Mets.
Yes, the Nationals lost 91 games for the 2nd straight season, but 2024 just felt different. Better. With a young nucleus starting to take shape, there is plenty of reason for optimism in the nation's capital. Down south, the Marlins are coming off a 100-loss season, but were without their 2 best starters, who should both return ready to steady the rotation. Opportunities abound on offense for a bevy of young prospects to make their mark and usher in the next era for Miami.
Okay, so that's interesting. They had thing. It was interesting. It looked like they had Luzardo as a Marlin talking about him and everything being able to play. So yeah, it's very interesting. So yeah, so basically we're gonna end it here. Showing a little opening day highlight here.
It's the Philadelphia
For the
Phillies and the Washington
what's
Nationals.
called. I mean,
Opening
it's
day
just we're not
festivities
gonna
wrapping up,
cover
and
this.
we'll
We're
be
not gonna
back to
play
get
this
it.
game. Um, but I just basically wanted to take a look. You know, what do you mean not able to? What do you mean?
The season started right after this.
Okay, well, not happy. What? What do you mean I can't stop it? We don't want to have this music playing. I don't like this music playing. Why are we having this music playing? Why are we having it? Okay,
Here in
I
Nationals
don't
Park.
care about ambush hitting. Sure, I'm saving. There we go. Whew. Okay, I don't care about rewards. I don't care about any of this. Exit. Okay. So, um, take a look at some cards. I think we should have some cards. My packs. So, hopefully, yeah, we see we got all this stuff. So what we'll do is we'll go through here. We'll open some cards. But I'm looking for stuff that I can use for um, sponsorships. So I get to pick one player. I really don't care about this. Um, yeah, I'm going to go with anybody. I'm going to go with Ted Williams. Um, Legend. Let's see, who am I going to choose as my legend here? Mm, huh. Yeah, I'll probably go with Jeter. Well, these are good for bats. For playing Road to the Show. It's just kind of an interesting one. Gloves, or well, we already have the bat, so let's go with the gloves. Shoes. Okay. I already have gloves, so and it's good to have better shoes. So I know we had silver shoes before, so that's why I went with that. need a glove. Yeah, I'm always going to choose equipment and stuff above players and cards. I already have all this stuff, so now I can actually pick a player. Pick Manny. If they had a Philly, I would pick Philly. Okay. Wow, Diamond Baskin. Okay. Okay. Yes, I know we can flip them over all. We can flip them all up at the same time, but I find it a little bit more enjoyable opening cards one at a time. I like it when there's a card that's like a special card. When I get like a diamond, the opening sequence with that is like pretty cool. In previous games, I don't know what the sequence is here. Oh, good, we got a sponsorship. More sponsorships I can get, the better. See, there's a gold that was a little different. Okay, they're back. Another bat. A couple minor leaguers. And Bryson Stott, another gold. Bat. Cards are full of bats. I want sponsorships. Running out of packs. Back. And that's it. That is our cards. So right now, I think we have a total of 2 sponsorships. Got this. That's 10,000 per home run, which is good. And the 10,000 for the double play. So we'd like to see see if there's any of these in market. I could buy one for 18,000. That's a little pricey. But yeah, I'll buy it. Because that works for us. We have that. Yeah. So we can look at how many players we have on our team. See, now we can quick sell options. No, I don't want to quick sell for that. See, I can sell them for $16.51. Because people want a demand for it. Let's see. View and market. And I'll sell them at 444. I don't think I got any like crazy good people. It's 428. He's worth selling. View and market. Sell now. What? This card is non-sellable. It doesn't. Oh, it does. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I'm going to keep the Phillies. Wow, there's no sell now value. Can I sell him? There you go. Fine with me. Okay. This works for me. $20,000 for it. Okay. Oh, this one. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I want to create a buy order. But I'd be willing to buy it for $13,000. People are basically saying 5,000 and stuff, but I'm saying I'll be willing to sell it for buy it for 13,000. I should get this like relatively soon because people are going to sell the cards, so that should be pretty good. Equipment. Yeah, I think we have gold gloves. Yeah, the gloves are really going to be expensive, but that's just going to take time to do out here. Again, we can go right back into our franchise. And we can review our sponsorships. Now we got 10,000 per home run and 5,000 per run. So we have all this equipped. So we should be able to get somewhere with it. Hopefully I'll be able to get a few more diamonds here. And when those diamonds come in, then we'll be able to do even more. So, yeah. That's basically what you gotta look to do. It's like the first thing you need to do before you start playing games is you need to get those sponsorships going so you have some money that you're able to build in and throw into the franchise. Because otherwise you're not going to be able to afford it and your teams are going to go broke. So, very happy with that. So until later, this is David B69 saying I hope you all have a fantastic day. And yeah, it's like I do plan on going into Road to the Show. I do not ever plan on playing Diamond Dynasty. That's why I'm so apt and have no cares about selling my cards. So those cards are absolutely useless to me, except for giving me money to basically allowing me to use cards for Road to the Show and franchise. That's how I use the stuff. I mean, it's nice that there's all that stuff that you can do things for. So I do appreciate that. And it's like the March to October, the intro, it was okay. I had no problem with it. It basically covered the entire division instead of covering an individual team, which is fine. I mean, it's perfectly fine because basically that's what it's all about is your division play and winning the division. So it totally makes sense. So anyway, hope everybody has a great day. I am out. Peace.